Hello, hello, everybody. Hi out there. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm actually Tanza Franklin. Some of you may know me. To those of you who don't know me, I'm Tanza Franklin. I am actually an empowerment coach. And I am here to talk to you today about mental illness. And for some of you, you may live in a state of confusion, and sometimes it may be a state of darkness and loneliness. But I want to share something with you guys on today. I want to, first of all, let me touch base on just mental illness, okay? There is actually no face to mental illness. Anybody can actually have a disorder. It could be anxiety, depression, it could be being bipolar. There's different names for different symptoms. And here's the thing that I want you guys to understand today. I want to encourage you on today. Please like, comment, or share on this video. I want to encourage you on today, those of you who may be dealing with a disorder, and I don't want to call it an illness. I want to call it a mental disorder, because here's the thing. A lot of us go through things from day to day, and we have a break in the mental capacities. So basically, it's kind of like a disorder. There's some confusion there. Like, for example, you may be one of the strongest people, but you've been overwhelmed with stress, okay, on the job, or just dealing with issues at hand. And maybe you made a very rash decision, or maybe you actually reacted rashly to something. That could be a disorder. You understand what I'm saying? So let me talk about mental disorder. There's no face to it, for one. Okay, there's no billboard, if I could use that example. There's no billboard that says this is what mental disorder looks like and what it feels like and what it does to you. But here, know that people are actually thriving, and they're dealing with life on a daily basis with medicine management. Of course, they're living a life like everybody else. It's like, you look at it as a dysfunction, but think about it. A lot of people who are, they may be sex addicts, they may be the type that are alcoholics, they're dealing with drugs, but they're what you call a functioning. And so with mental disorder, people are functioning every day. There's no look, there's no face. And understand that it can be managed, and people live active lives every day. That's what's so cool about mental disorder, because you do not have to be claimed with a title, a label. You understand? You could be ordinary just like everybody else, and you're actually just like everybody else, based with the exception that you have to deal with some other issues. You have to be able to handle issues a lot better than a lot of individuals. I used to sit in a room with people with disorders all the time, and at one point in time, I myself judged them like, what, this is what it looks like. But no, it isn't. People get up, they dress themselves, they feed themselves, they go on about their lives, and they do what they need to do. Now sometimes there's a break. They are the disorder is triggered by a lot of stresses. But here's one thing that can help mental disorder, okay? This is so good. Oh my God. Exercise. Can you believe it? Exercise, because here's the thing. When you're dealing with depression, when you're dealing with anxiety, when you're dealing with panic attacks, you can actually get up if you move around. If it's movement, it's all about movement. You go outside, walk a block, go and walk the dog, go outside and rake the leaves in the yard. Do something where you're actually in a movement. Get a videotape, do some aerobics, do some dancing. See what it does, it actually helps your mind, body, and your mind, body, and spirit with movement. It sets off a certain type of chemical that allows you to be in a more relaxed, more calm state. See, when you have a disorder, mental disorder, and you're idle, very idle, now you have the opportunity to kind of relish and kind to dwell more on what your disorder is. And then now it has the opportunity to actually go into a function mode where what is that word? When you feel bombed, like think of a person or think of yourself when you have actually been depressed about a certain issue and you laid around the house and you sat in the corner all the time. And now your mind, what they say the world calls it a idle mind, it's the devil's workshop. So now you're allowing those chemicals, those processes to really go into overdrive. So you get up, and if there's some type of motion, it could be mopping, just get up mopping the floor, get up sweeping, do some vacuuming. See, action, movement is so good for mental disorder. I want to talk about people who are actually living in a dark moment where they have disparities. You know, these disparities can be triggered by death, by laws, by something that you saw that you shouldn't have been seeing. You know, someone may have saw someone get murdered, and you go into this mode where you're very withdrawn. You feel like you're the only one in the world. You don't want to be bother with anybody. You get a little disclosed, you know, withdrawn from people. I advise you to know that it's okay. And someone is like, really, are you serious? It's okay. It is okay to feel withdrawn. It's nothing wrong with having those moments where you feel that darkness, where you feel like I'm going through a lot of pain. I'm really not feeling myself right now. Because you know what? You have to allow yourself to kind of go through that feeling, right? And if someone tells you, snap out of it. See, everybody deals with their pains and darkness differently. There's different levels. You know, if you need to deal with a situation for a moment, but I do advise this to you, don't stay in that moment. Allow yourself to ride through the moment. There is nothing wrong with having moments of pain. When you feel lonely, there's disparity, there's a darkness. See, here's the thing. A lot of us who we want to say, well, you need to snap out of it. You shouldn't feel that way. What can I do for you? Oh my God, we need to pray for you. You know, here's the thing, guys. I want to share this with you. Here's the thing. See, people don't allow themselves to feel the pain. So that's where the problem is. Once you allow yourself to feel it, I mean, really feel it, allow yourself to go through it, then you can move past it. You see what I'm saying? Don't say, no, I'm not going to feel that way. No, I don't want to feel. The more you fight against it, the worse that it becomes. So here's the thing. I know I'm like, here's the thing, right? See, if you're dealing with an issue, with a problem, and it feels overwhelming, right? We don't want you to be so overwhelmed where you become dysfunctional. We want you to deal with the being overwhelmed and then go somewhere and calm yourself down so now you can start thinking more clearly. You know, it's like, how do you leverage crisis? How do you leverage crises where it works for you? So you go through a situation, right? You go through a situation, and I've already stated that you allow yourself to feel, right? So allow yourself to feel through it. Now, once you're feeling yourself, you feeling yourself go through it. Now you have to start beginning to think, what can I do to get past this thing? Do I really want to get past this thing? And what are the things I should start doing? So like I said, exercise is good. Movement is good. Go and walk around the block a few times. Go and look at an entertaining movie, not something that's depressing, something that's going to uplift you. See, humor is always awesome. It's the healing to our bones when you can laugh. See, once you could laugh, now you're releasing these morphines in your body. It's the good feeling hormone. You want to allow yourself now to introduce yourself to these good feeling hormones. And what are those things that make you really feel good? We're not talking about something that's going to hurt your body, but really makes you feel good. And for me, I used example, I really love banana split. I love ice cream. You know, the way that I could just dig my spoon into it, and the way, the smooth feeling that it is that I experience when I put it in my mouth, it sets off these morphins, endorphins in my body, where I'm like, oh, this is really good. So please allow yourself to feel through your pain. Know that it's okay to be in a bad place at moments. Don't stay in the moment, but have the moment, go through the moment. You will get through it. And know that this is not something that's going to be lasting, that's going to endure forever. You know, a lot of people who are going through job loss, you know, they would be these type of people who experience this. I don't have any money. What am I going to do? I got to pay my bills. I got to feed my babies. And they go into this place where it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they overwork themselves, and they get to a place where now the situation is even worse than it was before. Their thoughts have taken a life of their own, because the thoughts are showing all the doom and gloom. But once you can move past those thoughts and create these thoughts for yourself, which applies work, of course, because anything that's good, you know, what is it? Like exercising. Let me use that since I was talking about it. You want to lose weight, right? You want to go to the gym and you're working out, and you have to apply all these different exercises, and you're doing the dumbbells, and it's just like, oh my God, this is really tough. But in order to accomplish something great, in order to have a good end result, you have to apply work. And sometimes that means being uncomfortable. So now it's time for you to allow yourself to be uncomfortable, because now you're about to win. You're about to overcome. You're about to break through. You're about to go over and above. Don't worry about the small stuff, all the darkness. It's going to pass. It really is. If you want it to pass, you don't have to sit up alone and think, I can't do it. It's not going to make a difference. No matter what I do, no matter what they say, I'm not going to be able to get through this. But I would like to tell you on today and encourage you that you will get past it. All the dark moments, all the pitfalls, all those moments of despair, they're not going to last always. You have the strength to go through it. Right now, it doesn't feel like it because you're feeling so overwhelmed by it, but know that you can do it. It's time for you to start going into a shift. You have to shift your mindset. You can't stay in that place. That's why I said, do not stay in the moment, but allow yourself the moment, because in the next moment, now it's time to apply the work. It is time to apply the courage to you getting through, overcoming. You know what I mean? So guys, with that said, I just wish that someone would really get what I'm trying to say, that you can get through it. Any disorders, mental disorders, any feelings of depression, feeling loneliness, feeling like the woe is me, you know, this is a choice. If you're depressed on today, it's a choice. It's not a lifestyle. And with choices, we change from moment to moment, don't we, guys? I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually learning how to do Facebook Lives on the desktop. I'm so excited. But I did, like I said, I wanted to encourage you guys that whatever it is that you got to go through, that you have to deal with, all the hardships, the disappointments, you can get through it. You really can. You know, it's all about developing a belief in you, a belief in your talents and your skills, because we all have them, but we run into these patches, don't we? We run into a patch where it's like, you know what, it's a little bit unbearable right now. I don't see a way through. You know, actually, I can't even see the sunlight right now. It's a lot of darkness. But all I'm saying is, guys, allow yourself to feel what it is that you're feeling that's holding you down at the moment. It's nothing wrong with feeling it. But what's most important, it's what you do about it after you feel through it. Do you go and seek help? Do you go and call a trusted source? Do you go and read the Bible? For some of you, reading the Bible and praying. Do you need to go and take a walk, go and get some fresh air? You have to do something in the next moments where you could ride past it. First, ride through it. Now you got to ride past it. And change that you need, that you desire, that you want can actually happen. It really can. All you have to do is believe in your gifts and your abilities in getting past it. And you will, in anything that's good having, anything, any successes, any progress requires work. And you can do that too. That's why God built the things on board for you to do so you can do it. Start believing in yourself. Start believing in your abilities. Start believing in your talents. Start believing in when things were going good, that you could get back to that place, that it's not impossible. No one can stop you but you. You're unstoppable. Isn't that like so awesome? Like you're unstoppable. So go and accomplish, get through, get over. You can do it today. Okay, guys. So I am going to end this. Um, Thank you for coming on. I think I've overspoke my boundaries. So with that said, please go and conquer. Conquer and light the light, ignite the light that's within you. Okay, so talk to you all later. Bye-bye.